if I told you that every solo that you've ever heard or you desire to play is found inside a chord or a chord progression? Now, this is what I mean. That melody line that you just heard, right, is all part of this chord, the C major chord. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you how every solo or how every melody connects with a chord. So I want you to stay to the end of this video because learning this trick is going to 10x your progress in soloing. All right, let's get started. So I understand your problem. Okay, let's say you've learned your chords, you've learned the scale quite alright. But then when it comes to soloing, you feel so disconnected, like you don't know how to make sense of everything, right? Yeah, I get the point. I've taught hundreds of students and I noticed that this is one common challenge they face. But after showing them this technique I'm going to show you in this video, they go from just playing random notes to playing melodic solos, and this is exactly why it works. But before I show you that, you need to understand one fundamental concept that changes everything. I want you to note that chords and your notes are not different. This is what I mean. A chord is like a word. A word is made up of different alphabets, right? The same thing with a chord. A chord is made up of different notes that come together and give meaning. So in other words, we can say that melodies make up a chord, and a chord broken down will give you melodies. So they are intertwined together. So before we move forward, it's important to get this concept, and once you get it, soloing will never remain the same for you again. So this is what I mean. All right, so let's take for example the C major chord on the 3rd fret. So if you play them separately, it sounds like this. We are maintaining the chord shape, but we are playing these notes individually. Let's apply it in a musical context. So we're going to play a chord progression: C, F. So we'll do the same for F, then C, then G. All I'm simply doing, don't forget, I'm playing the notes individually. So the idea is to break down the chord into small bits. So you heard it, right? So when every chord was playing the chord progression, I did a breakdown. Yeah, so that's what I did. So don't skip because this part is very, very important. So the crucial step here is that when you are playing this pattern, do not remove your hand from the shape. Try to maintain the shape of the chord that you are playing. So the C shape is like this. So what I mean is that when you are separating these notes, ensure that you maintain the shape because it's going to help you to navigate every chord and break it down very easily. All right, so let's do that and hear what it sounds like. Notice that I was not thinking about scales or anything. I was simply playing the melodies, individual notes that make up the chord. So this puts me in a place where I'm not restricted to playing a scale or anything. I'm working directly with the notes that make up the chord. Sounds nice, right? So in doing this, you'll notice that it magically fits into the sound. Like whenever you play a chord progression and then you play the notes that make up the chord, it just sounds magical. Why? Because you're simply playing the same thing but in a different order. And this is the part that just blew my mind, like absolutely. The fact that I can apply this to any chord just blew my mind. Like I don't even have to think about scales again. So whenever you're thinking of soloing, think of melodic approach. Think of playing the notes that make up the chord. If I'm making sense, please kindly type "you are making sense" so that I know that you are following this tutorial. All right. So once you've mastered this approach using your basic chords, I want you to pick up any chord at all. It could be an advanced jazz chord, like a C major 7th. And repeat the same thing and keep doing it over and over again until your ears start getting used to melodies. So these are some common mistakes that guitarists make when applying this approach or technique, and I want you to avoid them. The first mistake that people make is playing too fast instantly. Whenever you try to play something fast, just so you never get it at the instant. So all I want you to do is, whenever you're trying to play a chord like the breakdown, try to get it as slow as possible. Like I always say, speed is a byproduct of accuracy. The second mistake that people make is not maintaining the chord shape. Whenever you're trying to approach this technique, ensure that you maintain the chord shape. Like I said, if not, you won't be able to navigate successfully. Imagine playing it like this, just switching the chord shape. You might not flow as a beginner when starting out, right? So it's very important for you to maintain the shapes. And then the last one is ignoring rhythm. Rhythm is like the vibe or the groove that the music is moving in. Whenever you are playing this approach, ensure that you don't miss out on the groove. Ensure you are following the groove, the rhythm. If not, it's going to sound messy. It's not going to sound musical at all. Once you avoid all of these mistakes, you're going to be 10 times faster in soloing. This is what I want you to do. Pick up your favorite chord, your chord progression, play a backing track using your favorite chord progression, and then break your chords as we just did in this video. Apply it. Don't forget to play it slowly and practice over time, and you're going to see how much progress you will make. This is the secret of soloing that most professionals don't tell anybody, but I'm telling you so that you'll be better. So if you're watching this video for the first time, I believe you've learned a lot and then you enjoy my teaching methods. So all I want you to do is to hit the subscribe button so that whenever I put up a video, you're going to get notified. And then I have a lot of videos on soloing. Thank you, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Cheers.